Hump Day Wednesday, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I have a quick pattern review for you today, my final make for the month of June. This is a review based on the fabric and the pattern that I was sent from Minerva.com as a brand ambassador. So I want to thank Minerva for sending over both the pattern and the fabric. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Thank you to all my new subscribers for tuning in today. I greatly appreciate it. And if you are new and this is the first time you're watching, welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure that you don't forget to thumbs up this video, and if you like, go ahead and subscribe, hit that bell so you do not miss the next upload, which will be on Sunday. For those who are newer to the channel, I do upload every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Sunday's video will be a good one, fun one, because I have another S&D sewing chat, and the collab I did with the person I'm chatting with will be up next week Wednesday. So Sunday you'll have the sewing buzz, new patterns, all that good stuff I'll talk about, and then you'll have the S&D chat, and then next week Wednesday you will have the review of the collab I did with the person I'll be chatting with, and you'll see on Sunday who that is. All right, so let's jump into it. So as you all know, I am a brand ambassador for Minerva.com, and so yeah, there was a call out. This was probably in May for June. They were doing a new sewing challenge. It is called #Top Idol, and so what we had the option to do was select a pattern. It could have been an indie or a big four, as well as fabric, or we could have used fabric from our stash. Whatever we decided to do, they were providing everything for us. So as I was going through the different options and everything like that, I decided to sew a pattern that from a company I never heard of, and because I thought the top was super cute, I was like, I'll give this a try. And then when I saw the fabric, I was like, oh, this is definitely giving me this whole look vibe, the fabric. So what is the pattern? As you can tell by the title, it is Serendipity Studios, and this is called number 150, the Kaylee Tunic, and I'll definitely pop up pictures. I will have to say it's the cover of this pattern that really drew me. I was like, this is going to be a cute top, cute top. And then so I went ahead and I looked at it because I saw that so far as the sizing is not size inclusive. I will say that it only goes up to a bust 44, a waist of 36, and the hips of 46, and that's pretty much where I'm at. So but I knew because of the fit of the garment that there was, you know, enough ease in there that I can still wear it, and it most certainly is. And obviously you'll see in the pictures and the little video that I'll pop up here. And so yeah, this video will be all about the review. If you want to hear more information about the fabric, which really is a viscose challis, you all know if you saw my video recently, I absolutely love that. Is one of the wovens I enjoy sewing with the most, and this a fun paisley print and a raspberry color, and this is 55 inches wide. You all know, again, in that video I talk about I'm all about wider width fabrics, and so yeah, all the boxes were checked in my color palette, check. 55 inches wide, check. And a viscose challis, check. And this top is something I thought would be perfect, especially for the summer, and it's been so hot and everything. Yes, and I'm actually wearing, y'all, I pretty much wear the same stuff all the time, right? It depends on the day, but during the week I'm usually wearing one of my tops, a tank, or one of these, which is the McCall 6963, which is now a butterick pattern. But anyway, so let's go ahead and jump into the review. So when I ordered 3 yards of the fabric, and because I was looking at all of the versions, I'm gonna pop up pictures. When I tell you, I thought all of these versions were absolutely beautiful. You can do lace overlay, you can do different types of embellishments. The waistline can be you can put elastic in it, or you can do a drawstring with a ribbon. You can really play around with this, and I really love all of the versions on this. So when I saw this on Minerva's site, I was like, that is so cute. I am going to get that. And so I went ahead, because the pattern with the high-low hem calls for 3 yards, and that's initially, you know, I was going with the tunic because the name of the challenge is Top Idol. So it was to make a shirt, a top, blouse, that type thing. So when I received the fabric and then I was looking at the pattern pieces and everything, I was like, you know what, I could really make the dress version. So I did kind of break the rules a little bit, just being honest. It was just enough for me to do a dress, not the high-low hem. There was not enough fabric for that. Not even enough to piece together pieces to do the high-low hem. But I decided to do the dress instead of the top. Yeah, but whatever. I didn't know what else I would do with the fabric that was left over if I didn't do the dress. So I was like, I want to do the dress. So I went ahead and did the dress. But the challenge is Top Idol. Hashtag Top Idol. Anyway, let me tell you a little bit about the pattern. So I was initially, it is a physical pattern. So it's a physical pattern, right? And so once it came, I'll just share with you when I opened it up. So it's this here. These are all of the instructions for the pattern. And it goes through the different variations if you depending on the type of yoke you do. If you do a lace overlay on the yoke or any parts of the dress, it has, you know, different steps you can follow for that. But when I initially looked at it, I was like, oh wow, all of the, let me see, everything is drawn out as opposed to pictures. And so sometimes I've had patterns that was like this before and they weren't very good. This was really good, really good. And I can say there was nothing that stood out to me. It does mention because of the height that this pattern was drawn for, which is 5'4", that you might need to lengthen the bodice. I found, based on just my measurement of the pattern, that I didn't have to do that. And I'm 5'7", even though this says this is drafted for 5'4", but keep in mind, I've said this before in previous videos, my torso is shorter than the bottom half of me from my waist down. So it worked fine. This pattern is also drafted for a BC cup. However, it does say in the pattern, if you are larger busted, depending on where your measurements fall, you probably have enough room. You may have enough room where you may not need to do a full bust adjustment. I didn't do a full bust adjustment. It worked fine for me. But again, it's just because, you know, I'm short. My torso upper area is shorter, so I didn't need more room, at least where I like things to hit me. I found that I did not need more room. The only thing I did do, because I did measure a couple of the pattern pieces, and the pattern calls for 1/2 inch seam allowance. I chose to do 3/8 just to give myself just that little bit of extra room, because I was thinking, you know, I didn't know if, you know, when I go like this, if it would be, you know, a little snug or something like this, or, you know, I didn't know because I never sewn from this pattern company before. But that worked out. I'm glad I did do the 3/8 inch. I think that little bit of extra room did help, at least for like right back here, you know what I'm saying, back there. So that is one of the things I wanted to say. One thing that they you'll see I did the elastic waistband, but one thing I do like about this pattern, usually when you have to do yoke pieces and everything around the neckline, usually it calls for stay stitching the neckline, and then you have the yoke pieces, and then you turn everything out, and I'll show you in a second. But this pattern actually calls for you to add interfacing on the yoke pieces. even though you won't see it or anything like that, it still calls you to put that yoke, or I'm sorry, the interfacing around the neckline yoke pieces. I was like, oh, I've never seen that before. And so it definitely added a little bit more stability, I think, in the way it lays and everything around the neckline. So I thought that was really good. And so I just grabbed it here. And so yeah, even though I did use elastic around the waistband, you all know I don't like things a lot of elastic around my waist. That's just me, how I like things to fit. I don't mind it, you know, cinching in, but not overly cinched in. So I was very generous with the elastic around the waist, because I didn't want all of that, you know, overly cinched in look. But I will say it took about 3 hours total. I was working on it off and on. It took about 3 hours total to sew this up. There are, I want to say 12 pattern pieces, but it's like 6 for the front, 6 from the back. And it might have been 11 because I might be counting the high-low hem piece, which I did not use. But, and the only thing about this look is that even when you see the pictures, you can't really see the details, because you have, here's that yoke piece right here, the front yoke. You have the front yoke, the back yoke, and I'll turn this inside out, but I did use my garment labels, which are available on my website, but you can't see it with this print, but there is a yoke piece at the top, then you have the front piece, and then as you go down, here is the waist here, which is completely enclosed. Then you have the skirt piece, and then you have the lower skirt piece, which is added on by doing a little bit of gathering, which wasn't a lot, because you really can't tell, and you really can't tell all these details with the fabric I chose, which I'm fine with, but for showing it, it's kind of hard for you to see. And then the sleeve is actually 2 pieces. You have the top piece, and then you have that long flutter sleeve at the end. Now, because I decided to do the dress, and I was going to do the tunic length initially, I was working, you know, working a little against myself with the hem. And so you're supposed to turn the hem under, I want to say it's a 1/2 inch. I did not do that. I just serged, everything is serged on the inside, but I just serged it and just turned it up. Like, I did turn it up a 1/2 inch. I did turn it up a 1/2 inch, but it still hit. It hit fine. It still hit at a good level. And the same thing with the sleeve, because the sleeve I had to cut on the cross grain, well, the flutter I did. And so yeah, so I turned that because I was really pushing it, trying to get this dress out of this fabric, but it worked. It definitely worked. This is so soft, this fabric. You all know I like viscose challis. I'm gonna just turn this inside out just so you can see the inside finish. I will say, as I'm turning this inside out, because I had never heard of this pattern company before, I looked at a few of the other patterns on the website, and I thought the dresses were just adorable. And in particular, let me just go back. There was one in particular I wanted to tell you that I thought was super pretty. I think it's called Kira Kimono dress. I thought was pretty, and the Bernadette dress was pretty. And so, and I'll make sure I pop those up on the screen. But, and then they have a lot of bag patterns out there as well. And so just quite a few cute patterns, I will say that, quite a few cute patterns. And so definitely check them out. Like I said, I had never heard of the pattern company before, and so yeah. And so I'll leave a link to the website, but here is the inside. Let me slip this back on the hanger. It'll be a little easier to see. So now from the inside, you can kind of see the breakup where the different pieces are. So imagine if you were playing with this and you did decide to add some lace or overlay or something like that, you will be golden. You'll be able to see it. The versions on the website are just adorable. So here are the yoke pieces. And of course, you know, you have the clean finish at the top, and that's the back, or I'm sorry, that's the front. And then here's the waistband. So the waistband is completely enclosed, and I love the way it was finished off. So when you are attaching the waistband, and you can't tell because I've obviously closed it up on the side, but you leave one side of the waistband, the inside part, open just ever so slightly, and everything else is completely finished off on the inside. And then in the end, you just run the elastic through, and then you close up the seam on the inside. You can't tell, but it's just a seam, small seam that was on the inside. It was I used 1 inch elastic all the way through. And so, and then the bottom of the dress, there's the, you can see the little ruffle hem, that was skirt part that was added at the bottom. So yeah, that is my new dress, and when I tell you it's perfect for this heat, this weather, it is perfect. And I wore it how I would wear it, with some very casual flat sandals, and that's how I like to roll in the summertime anyway. I like flat sandals for the most part, again depending on what I'm wearing. And something like this, I wanted to wear flat sandals. And so yeah, I absolutely love this dress and how it turned out. And remember, I had shared with you the fabric I picked up from So Much Fabric, and I said there's a top I want to make out of it. Yeah, it's this pattern. Actually, let me grab the fabric real quick. Okay, I had to go back and get it just in case you missed that video. But remember, I picked up this viscose challis from So Much Fabric, and she actually sold out of this, so I can't link to it. But when I saw this fabric on So Much Fabric, and I already knew I was doing this top, I was like, and then I decided to do the dress. I said, I'm totally doing the top out of this fabric because I do want a tunic. I think this is just so cute, so cute. There is nothing I would change about it at all. I love the way that it turned out, and so I do want to do a tunic version of this for sure. And this is, like I said, the fabric I plan on doing that in. So that is it, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Have you ever sewn from Serendipity Studio? If you have, let me know. What are some of your favorite patterns? Like I said, it's new to me, and so I had a fun time looking at the other patterns that is available on their website. And so if you have sewn from this company before, definitely let me know. Let me know your experience. Let me know what maybe your favorite pattern was, or patterns if you sewn up multiple ones. So that is all I have to add for today. Again, the sewing challenge for the month was top idle. I broke the rules and squeezed out a whole dress. So, but anyway, it's all good. So thank you again, Minerva, for the fabric and for this pattern. I'm always happy to try new patterns. So the Kaylee Tunic is definitely a cutie, and I do highly recommend it. So all right, everybody, that's all I have for today. Don't forget to thumbs up this video on your way out. And if you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below. I'll leave a link to the blog post to Minerva over on the website as well, so you can see more pictures and all that other good stuff. And yeah, stay tuned for Sunday. That is the Sewing Buzz and the S&D Sewing Chat. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. I greatly appreciate it. You all have a blessed rest of your week, and stay cool out there. All right, everybody. Bye.